What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about the NBA Finals between the Knicks and the Spurs. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, comment, tell anyone about the show. I'm trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. And if you wonder where you heard this, that's because you've been listening to me Monday through Friday on 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I greatly appreciate your support. Now, we're going to talk about the Knicks, okay? It's going to be a two-parter, so stay tuned. But the Knicks, off top, right? Congratulations. Congratulations. Like, I'm really not trying to be a hater right now. It's still kind of tough to say. They did beat the Spurs 94-90 in Game 5 to win the series in 4-1. Off top, right? It's the first title since 1973. I'm kind of disappointed right now because I did use a nice little joke, right? I had a nice little video that I really can't use no more for a while and hopefully they don't win. Hopefully they don't win it again so I can use it again because it was a good one. I did like it. But I'm not going to give excuses, right? Like, the teams that the Knicks beat were injured. Injuries are part of the game. But even still, the Knicks definitely played phenomenal throughout the entire playoffs. So I got to give them their credit. They do. It's crazy because the Knicks currently are in their prime years. They're like 28, 29, Cats 30. They were the more experienced team. And it showed. I stated that the Spurs, all they needed to do was, well, not all, because it's not like it's easy, but you got to win the turnover battle. And then just win 3 out of the 4 quarters, bro. Because when they did win, when that did happen, they ended up winning the game. And that's what they needed to do because this team was more experienced, right? And it was crazy because, again, they always kept coming back every single game. It's like the Spurs would go up double digits, the next thing you know, boom, Knicks right back in it. And you got to tip your cap to Jalen Brunson to the point that we got to ask ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, is Jalen Brunson an NBA top 10 player? Like a current, not all time, a current NBA top 10 player. Let's think about it. Because, he did go to the finals in 2022 with the Mavs during the playoffs. And that matters, too, because that's really when he ignited his career, right? Then he averaged 26 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists in this playoffs. Like in this playoffs on 46, 35, 83 splits. That's not bad. 46 from the field, 35 from the 3. That's not bad, especially given the fact that he's had a lot of pressure. Some elite, talented players guarding him at times. He's been in the MVP discussion. The closest he got was top 5, but still, MVP discussion. And this part, maybe it needs to be another video. Yeah, maybe it needs to be another video. But I know one thing that can be discussed. Greatest all-time Knick. I don't have him quite at the greatest, okay? We got to remember. We got to talk about Willis Reed, Finals MVP of 2 title teams, right? Like, he got 2 of them things. Plus, he got an MVP. I'm just saying, like, Willis is packing, you know what I'm saying, like, a lot of punches right now. He's throwing a lot of punches right now, you know what I'm saying? So, again, I got Willis number 1. Walt Frazier, number 2, because he does have 2 titles. I understand he wasn't Finals MVP, but still 2 of them things do matter, especially how he did perform during those 2 titles. So again, ladies and gentlemen, like, if you don't believe me, please look up what Walt Frazier did because the man was a monster. I may have another discussion if Jalen Brunson wins 2 titles because, Jalen Brunson does have a Finals MVP and a championship. And keep in mind, he did that 4 seasons with the Knicks. But here's where I may be a little controversial, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Ewing, I have as 3rd greatest Knick all time, right? Longevity and success, which is crazy because I know some people that know me are going to say, oh, what about Braun and Jordan? And I hear you. But this man played like 15 seasons with the Knicks. I just want to see a little bit closer by Jalen Brunson before I can go ahead and say, yeah, he surpassed Patrick Ewing. Because Patrick meant a lot on the offensive and defensive, and he really, truly did anchor that team. Jalen Brunson has a lot of elite defensive players on his team. He doesn't anchor the defense. So, again, I'm just saying, right, hear me out. Just hear me out. I need a little bit more time from Jalen. Just keep in mind, again, he has a Finals MVP, a championship, something Patrick Ewing does not have, either one. So I get you. If you want to put him ahead of him, I hear you. I'm not going to lose sleep out of it. I just want to see more seasons out of Jalen Brunson and more success, preferably more seasons. Because again, it's the longevity piece for Patrick. And like, if Jalen can get to 6, 7 seasons, then I can hear the discussion of him surpassing Patrick Ewing just because, again, that finals MVP and that championship do matter. And I think we got to finish off with Earl to Pearl Monroe is 5th because, again, won a championship, but, that was his 3rd one. It's crazy when you think about it, and I may have to look back at this. This could be another discussion. But I was thinking, is OG Anunoby the second best Knick on the team? And when I think about it, we could, the way how he played during these finals and playoffs, hey, we may have to ask, is he the 5th greatest Knick all time? Oh, man, because look, Buddy was snapping, bro. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1.4 steals, 1.4 blocks on 53 from the field, 50 from the three-point line, and 87 from the free throw. Disgusting splits. Like that, that 1 out of every 2 threes he makes, and he's averaging 21. The man really could do no wrong, honestly, out there. And it's crazy because Karl Anthony Towns, he's the highest paid player on the Knicks. And don't get me wrong, he did well, right? 13 points, 11 rebounds. He gave me some blocks, well, a block. His problem was he had 4.6 fouls because he had to guard Wemby. Okay, and I do give him credit for at least going at Wemby, causing Wemby some problems at times, and giving it your all to against Wemby. Because again, there's a 5-inch height difference between the two. Now, Cat got him on the weight right now, but again, that height really does matter. So I got to tip my cap to Cat. And especially, too, because he shot 49% from the field. I know bigs are supposed to shoot 50%, but 49 ain't bad either, ladies and gentlemen. Rounds up to 50. So, again, it won't too terrible. And he shot 100% from the free throw line. Can't be mad at that. Got to show some love to Mikal Bridges. He played his role. Ladies and gentlemen. In the finals, he gave 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 0.6 steals, 0.4 blocks, like 0.5 turnovers maybe. And then he shot 47% from the field, 42 from the 3. Free throws could have been better, Mikal. 67. 6-7. But no, seriously, he played his role. And you can't ask for too much more than that. And it's crazy because Mikal actually can be more important on the offensive end. Josh Hart did his normal thing. You got to tip your cap to players like Jose Alvarado and Mitchell Robinson. I talked about Mitchell Robinson not being able to guard Wemby. I can't quite say he guarded him, but he did okay. He did better than what I thought he was going to. I'm not going to lie to you. I also thought Wemby was going to be a little bit more downhill against him. But again, Mitchell Robinson did his thing end of day. Like, they had a lot of players that contributed. Hell, even Jeremy Sochan played. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Sochan would have got a ring regardless because he played for both the Knicks and the Spurs this season. The Spurs waived him. Knicks signed him because they could use him. They could use the versatility, and they did, in fact, use him in the finals. Again, he would have gotten the finals. He would have gotten a ring with either team winning the NBA finals. We got to give a tip of the cap to Julius Randle. This feels a little left. I know for some of y'all may be listening, but I got to make sure I throw this in here. Because he ignited this time to run, but whether we want to believe this or not, because keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Julius Randle helped this Knicks kind of reemerge, right? You remember in, I want to say, 2023, like that season, they were trying to get somebody, right? Or was it 2022? I'm trying to think. Or maybe was it 2020? Huh. Either way, I think it was because they were trying to get Kyrie and Kevin Durant. And then Julius Randle ended up signing. And then he really kind of came onto the scene for the NBA, right? Getting NBA MVP considerations, clutch player of the year considerations, maybe not high clutch player of the year, but still clutch player of the year, MVP considerations, most improved award. Like he's averaging 25 and 24 in seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like he actually took the Knicks to the second round versus the Miami Heat. Like, ladies and gentlemen, Julius Randle, whether we want to admit it or not, really helped spark this Knicks team because that was the attraction part of the attraction for Jalen Brunson because he at least knew that he could go somewhere and compete with this Knicks team. Because remember, like I said, Jalen Brunson went to the finals in 2022 with the Mavs, and then they weren't able to re-sign him, so blot out. You go there to the Knicks. Cool. But Julius Randle helped make that Knicks team attractive, entertaining. So we got to give a tip of cap to Julius Randle. I also want to give a quick shout out to Tyler Kolek, right? This is technically George Mason's first player to get a NBA championship. So, I do want to give a shout out to Tyler Kolek right now. He didn't really play, but it was on the roster. He was on the depth chart. You know what I'm saying? We got to give a tip of the cap. That matters. All right, 15 man. Hey, all 15 matter. I'm just saying. GMU, what? We on the map. Now, I know y'all been wondering, should the Knicks run it back? Right? I mean, of course. How many really alterations do you really need, I guess? I mean, maybe if you get some other vets to come in, sure, possibly. I don't know. I'm really trying to figure out what they could actually use because, again, they just won a quality championship. So I don't really think they need to do anything else but run it back. I mean, even Mike Brown, you got to give a tip of the cap to, Like, he did really well. Outformed expectations. And don't get me wrong. I've said some things about Mike Brown before, right? Mike Brown is still like a quality coach. I've never thought he was trash. I might have thought subpar at times. I might have thought he got dealt a bad hand. I liked him when he was on the Kings. I talked about him highly on the Kings. So again, at least I didn't talk about him trashly on the Kings. So again, I do think that the Knicks team should run it back. But will they run it back? I do have some question marks. I will say that. I do question also if the Spurs return to the finals as well, too. That would be interesting, though. They return back-to-back. That could be a nice little hey, I do kind of like that. But the Knicks, I do question, especially one, where does Giannis go? But I do question if they beat the Celtics, right? The Pistons, they may come back hungry. And they could actually acquire somebody. Who knows? We got to wait and see because that could be an interesting move as well, too, for them. The Hornets look interesting. What are the Hawks going to do? Will the Wizards be healthy? Like, there's a lot of things that can factor in, but cohesion for this Knicks team helps them out. Also, hell, if Jalen Brunson keeps playing the way he was playing, Buddy was snapping. All right, hey, bro, a couple 43 games, like some 30 games. Buddy's pretty spectacular. Buddy is pretty spectacular. So if he keeps playing like that, it may be tough to beat this Knicks team because they have enough weapons at the forward position, at the guard position. The bigs, maybe that could be something that they look to expand upon because Cat and Mitchell Robinson, hell, if you can get somebody to start with Cat and move Cat to the power forward spot, that could be interesting too at times. I'm just saying outside of Mitchell Robinson. I'm just saying there's some things maybe in the power forward, the center position that you can look at. But that's the only thing I may consider for the Knicks because they got everything else that they need. They got additional playmakers. That works. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to throw it out of the realm of possibility that the Knicks could run it back. And that would be just so disappointing. Because, the first championship already showed us and proved to us that good things really do happen to bad people. I am really not the biggest fan of this Knicks team winning the championship. Or I'm sorry, not even this Knicks team. I'm not mad at the Knicks team. It's the organization as a whole. That's really it. But, hey, congratulations again, Knicks, New York. Enjoy it for 365 days. And we'll be back to see who wins it next season. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion to the Knicks championship. Stay tuned because, like I said, I also got the Spurs talked about as well. So, but that does conclude the end of the episode. So I'm curious, ladies and gentlemen, are you happy for the Knicks? Are you disgusted that the Knicks won? What do you think the Knicks should do next season, if anything? What do you think is the expectation of the Knicks? Yours specifically, meaning will they win the championship? Will they miss the playoffs? Will they get out in the first round? Who are some teams that you think will beat them or can beat them? I'm curious about your thoughts. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that does conclude the end of the episode. So please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. I hope you're all having a good one. Take care.